How do you make money from buying businesses? In this video, I'll be going over the ways that you can make money when you're buying businesses. So in a nutshell, there's 3 ways that you can make money when you're buying a business, but 2 are the most common. So let's go over those 3. Firstly, you can make money from buying a business sometimes, and this is the one which is less common, when you are initially buying the business itself. So the way you can do that is if you're able to finance the acquisition through seller financing, through lenders and investors, and you're able to over-finance the business, then sometimes there can be some money left over, normally tens of thousands depending on the size of the transaction, that you can put in your pocket on day one. Again, this is less common because the financing of a business, if you're going to lenders, then they're not going to give you a huge amount of financing. This works mostly when you're going with investors. So if you've got investors who are coming in and giving you money for the acquisition, then normally you can overfinance the acquisition through a combination of seller finance as well, and you can put that money in your pocket. But you need to make sure that you budget for it correctly, and that's why it's the least common way of making money when you're buying a business. The second and third are very, very common on how people make money when they're buying businesses. So of course, when you own a business, as long as you buy a good, profitable business, and on this channel, I only talk about buying good, high quality, profitable businesses. Doing millions in turnover, hundreds of thousands or even millions in profit. So of course you can make money from dividends, collecting dividends over the course of the lifetime of however long you own that business. Whether you own that business for 3 years, 5 years or forever, you are going to collect cash from the dividends from the profits of the business. And of course, every business owner does collect money from their business like that. And the last way in which you can make money from a business is on exit. That's when you can make a huge amount of money. As long as you've got the skills to go in and scale that business up and to grow that business, then you are able to make a good amount on exit. The best way to do that as well is a way that, let's say you get financing, whether it's seller finance, investors, whatever, and you are paying those people back over a course of 6 years or 7 years, for example. Then what you do is that you're going to own that business for 7, 8 years. You're going to scale it up. You're going to pay back the investors. You're going to pay back the sellers. You're going to pay back everyone. And then once your business has been completely paid for, meaning you've paid back the financing that you've used to acquire that business, then you'll be able to make an exit on that business. So whatever you paid, let's say for argument's sake, you paid 2 million for a business. So you paid 2 million for a business, and that business is generating, for example, 500,000. So you bought it for a 4 times multiple, 500,000 a year in a profit, in profit. So you're obviously collecting that and you're paying that over time. So let's say it takes 6 years to finance, completely pay off for the finance of that business. After 6 years, you're no longer making any debt payments. And of course, I've got another video about debt service coverage ratio, which is really, really important. So make sure you check that one out as well. So after 6 years, you've paid up for that business and you've scaled it up. And let's say you've improved profitability from 500,000 a year to 1 million a year. And you go and sell that for the exact same multiple. Let's say you sell it for the exact same multiple, 4 times multiple. So initially you bought it for 2 million, you end up selling it for 4 million. So how much money did you put in day one? Because you've got money from investors, lenders, you've got money from the seller, meaning not money from the seller, but seller financing. Then of course, when you go and sell that business, that 4 million after the costs and every, taxation and so on, the remainder goes into your pocket. So you may have put 0 money in, because with this model, you don't have to put any money in as long as you can creatively finance a business acquisition. You are going to put close to 3 point something million in your pocket at the end of the 7 years. So that's the 3 ways on how you make money over time of a business acquisition. You make it in the beginning, less chance of that happening unless you overfinance it. You do it over the period of the lifetime of the business that you own it, and of course you can make money on exit. And there's so much that you can do. If you're doing a roll up and a buy and build, then there's just a huge amount of money that you can make on exit. There's a huge amount of money that you can make through the life of the business as well. But the main one is when you are making on exit.